Hi everybody, John Elliott with another update for you on CBS News New York, and I want to show you what's going on. So this is right outside the broadcast center. It's midday, lunchtime, and you can see roadways are still wet. I've been out a lot this morning, and the sidewalks are just wet. You can see, though, you see that? Obviously, elevated surfaces, metal surfaces, and grassy surfaces are green. But in the city, this has been treated. It was 59 in much of the area yesterday, so that some of this is going to be hanging on to heat, plus there's friction. So you're okay, but it is freezing in New York right now. Observation out of the park is 32. Feels always colder here because right there is the Hudson River. So we're always feeling it on the west side, but that wind is out of the northeast. So there's moisture in that. It's a kind of a moisture-rich wind, and it's pushing into this cold air. So I want to show you, it's hardly anything going on in Manhattan right now. Ditto that through the Oranges out to Livingston, down through parts of Union County. But then as you head into Middlesex, Somerset, definitely Monmouth County, that's interesting. You see that? I know this is kind of a different perspective than you may be used to, but you see there's some warm air tries to break in, just can't hang on to it. Cold air is taking over. I'm also interested here, South Shore, right up through Massapequa and Islip. By the way, Islip smashed the record yesterday. It was so warm. So again, that's helping keep road surfaces just wet. But there's a little bit more coverage of some moderate snow out on the island. Again, it's just a winter weather advisory. There are no warnings or anything affiliated with this. There's not a lot of available moisture. And Sunday, I would normally say Sunday's great, but it's a football Sunday, wink. And so I worry about different people being on the roads. And I know you're not going to drink, but you know, if you've got some people out there, you've got to be mindful of what is going on. I'm taking a little trip outside of our viewing area, but this again is CBS News New York, so we're like around the world if you are tuning in. And this is kind of the signature we're anticipating. This is very light snow, but it's got to move through the area. So there's, you know, a couple more hours that we're going to be dealing with this. And then behind this front and the low here is all this cold air through Ontario and the upper Great Lakes as well. Numbers right now, as pointed out, 32 in the city, also Morristown, 32 in Woodmere. Wow, it's 30 in Comac. See, this is interesting too. Slightly cooler readings out there where you're seeing a little bit more snow. See, there is a little bit of warm air, but it's not, you're not going to hang on to it. You know, Monmouth and Ocean, 31 in Trenton right now. Look at the readings up in parts of the Hudson Valley. Just to show you, it's 17 in Buffalo. It's 20 in Detroit. It's cold through the Ohio Valley. And everybody is a lot colder. Look at that. Along the East Coast, Washington, Baltimore, Philly, here in New York, 20, 25 degrees colder, even more pronounced through parts of New England. Look at Montreal, is 40 degrees colder. So again, that just tells you, and that was real quickly, wind chills in the teens. Right now, there's your timestamp, and that's the important thing. This is computer guidance of what we anticipate. So we skipped ahead a little bit. And then you can see, even after the advisory wraps up, you're still going to see a few flakes floating by. So this means I still think LIE, Southern State, everything's still going to be fine. I worry about your driveway and your back porch. You've got people over, you're barbecuing, and you know, you got to watch out for that because that's going to be a little slippery through the Forks, Riverhead, and points east. And then this, again, is the kind of the signature of what we're anticipating. You actually see some clearing. This is now Sunday night. Tonight, still a few flakes there. Wading River out to Orient Point and down through the Hamptons out to Montauk. And I tell you, it's just going to take its time. But you see that? You see how this is pushing through? Monday morning. Oh boy, it's going to be cold Monday morning. And you actually get a sense of that. See how those clouds streak by? That's very telling because that means it's going to be breezy, bright, and brisk. Winter weather advisory is in effect. It wasn't until 5 p.m. And it's more of the area. The potential totals of 1 to 3. And again, this is somewhat deceptive because I think easily some folks are going to get 3. That will be the exception. And that's obviously going to be with elevation. Go through the hills of Passaic into Morris. You'll get that. And that's elevated surfaces. So your lawn. And then this just enough of a pain in the neck. You know, your driveway. Ugh. Sidewalks, it's just enough where you got to move it. And if you don't, it's going to be cold because tonight 18. Single digit wind chills, yes. This is tomorrow morning. 8, not great. And even worse if it's 8 below. in parts of the Hudson Valley. So that's the thing, I talk about like wind chills and wind bad. No, wind good, because wind will help to dry out surfaces. And wind chill speaks to what it feels like on exposed skin. So obviously layer up, but then watch the surfaces. Wind can be a big ally in keeping things dry, because this is the alert for that cold into Monday. And then Monday, happy Valentine's Day and Library Lovers Day. Today's Galentine's Day, by the way. It's going to be cold all day. So I know I do these shop local things, and I do some restaurants occasionally. Restaurants is great. They're all full. Everybody's got reservations, but it's going to be cold going in and heading out all day tomorrow. Stays chilly Tuesday, Wednesday's nice, and then Thursday, next chance. But look at that. It's going to be 60 again, or almost. So that's wet Thursday into Friday. Just take care. Enjoy whatever you're doing. I'm sure you're going to keep it right here. It's CBS News New York. But whatever you're doing, remember, we're not done with the snow till later in the afternoon, exiting from west to east, and then it's just very, very cold. So be smart. Heat your home and apartment safely. Take care. Check on those you love, and have a great Sunday.